zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, 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 ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like.
My family gave me such hell about that. They were like,
really?
You threw her under the bus. I was like,
everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on, class is starting late today. Come on in. Everybody grab a seat, grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on, Cookie. Come on, Cookie. And lay down. You better be a good girl this entire chat. Come on. And lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. We finna start class. We finna start the class. We finna start the class. No, we not finna do that, mama. No. No. Oh, go to your bed. Go right there. I don't trust you. And lay down. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What's going on? What's going on? I need to get my hair cut. I need to get like this, like trimmed and taken off. Anyways, I'm so sorry for being late. As you guys know, the trailer to the T.S. Madison Experience debuting on WeTV March 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, featuring moi, debuted to the internet last night. And of course, the bosses and the people and all the people are calling and calling and calling. So I literally had to like rush off the phone and tell them, listen, I have to get off the phone right now because I have a classroom of tea-wanting bitches waiting for me, and I have to go attend to my class. You know, when I was typing the little post I made this morning on my Instagram about thanking everybody who streamed and bought and supported my EP, Zap the Mixtape, I was like, I'm gonna start calling my people who come and watch like the vlogging and the tea portion of my content, my classmates. This is class. This is class. I got my nerds, I got my Twixlers, and now I have my classmates, my A&T and Twixclusive classmates. Okay, whatever, listen. My name is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. Today we are talking to Chantal from Cycle 9 of America's Next Top Model. I'm very excited about this. And without further ado, let me type a little verbiage at the bottom for the girls and squirrels if they come and peep in and see what's going on. Chantal. I think that's such a beautiful name. It's such a big pussy grown woman name, Chantal. And today we will do the live Q&A. Get a badge, bitch, for live Q&A. Get a badge for live Q&A. Okay, perfect. I am tardy. I'm so sorry. Is Chantal here? She is! Okay. And I didn't want to cancel. How are you?
hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Are you really?
Thank you for the compliment on my name.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's so nice to see you. How do I throw a filter on this? There we go. Okay.
You want a filter?
Yes. I just want to look more beautiful for you guys. There we go. Okay. Oliver, thank you so much for having me on here. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. Listen, so now that you have this filter on, it's kind of like zoomed your face up. It looks great. But I think now, just to accommodate for it, can you raise your, wherever your phone is? Because just so I can see your eyes.
Oh, you can see my eyes. Yeah. Okay.
My phone is ringing, guys. Ringing, 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 and ringing. Oh, and ringing.
Yes, congratulations. I think you're like the busiest person on the planet right now.
No, I can't be. It's still Tyra Banks. She has me beat. It's still Tyra Banks.
Yeah, she's on another level. She's like not human, so.
Yeah, she's doing like ice cream and amusement parks and like other stuff.
Legend. Such a legend.
Listen, how do you feel about doing this? I'm so grateful that you said, yes, I'll do it.
You know, I am so grateful for you for asking me because it just like sent me on this whole walk down memory lane. I truly haven't spent a lot of time in the past 14 years, which is when we filmed the show a long time ago. I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it or talking about it, reflecting upon it. So, and then this whole pandemic happened and it's on Hulu. And so people are rewatching it and hitting me up and just like, finally I stopped and started thinking about everything. And it just fills me up so much because it was such a special time for me and like changed my life completely. And it was such a blessing. So it's nice to reflect upon it and to like speak with people. I didn't really think people cared anymore, but some people do.
A lot of people still do.
Yeah, so it feels really good. Who would have thought, who would have thought that it would still be on and people would still care? When I did it, we had no idea. I mean, I wasn't on the 9th season, so I mean, how many are there now? Is it still going? There's like
every time you girls ask me, is it still on? It just sends me to a place of hysterics. No, it's not on right now, but they did go all the way up to cycle 24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I heard the next cycle is going to be on the moon.
I love it. The moon is so hot right now.
Well,
exciting.
I am so excited to talk to you because I've talked to Bianca.
Love her.
I've talked to Umbrielle.
Umbrielle.
I've talked to Jenah.
Ah.
I talked to Jenah. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody else from Cycle 9. I don't think I talked to anybody else from Cycle 9. No, not on the live, at least. But yeah, so I'm excited to talk to you.
Yeah, your talk with Bianca was the first, that was my introduction. Somebody sent me a clip of it, and it was like, Bianca saying something nice about me, and I was like, oh. It was like literally, I probably cried. I probably teared up, which happens all the time. Don't worry. I'm just post-baby, very hormonal, very sensitive. I'm crying all the time. But
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It is part 2 of my manifestation plan. So I feel very, very happy, very blessed. Thank you.
And is this baby 1 or 2? Two.
Yeah, I have a boy and a girl. My son is about to be 3.5, and my daughter is almost 4 months. So
congrats.
Thank you.
Your eyebrows look fierce.
Oh, thank you.
They look very nice. They look very nice. Okay, well, listen. I'm just going to jump right into it because we have to get into the things of the things.
Yes, do it. Yeah, let's do it.
And these are the top questions that I saw happen, occur a lot in the comment section. So if you don't like them, like I always say, get mad at the classmates and not à moi.
Okay.
Hey, so Carol _Kislick wants to know, how did you get casted on America's Next Top Model?
Well, Carol, I auditioned just like most of the other contestants on my season. The tryouts came to Dallas, and I was living in Round Rock, Texas. That's just north of Austin. And my girlfriend everybody knew my dream was to be a model. I was like, I am going to be a model. It's my Destiny, you heard it. I believed that. And my girlfriend asked me if I went to audition. I was like, sure, why not? So we drove 3 hours north to Dallas, waited in line. On the way there, I'm like reading magazines, like trying to memorize names of designers and stuff. And I waited in line. I think there were 1,500 other girls auditioning in Dallas that day. I made it along with, there were 8 of us that made it to the next round, and I was one of them. So I stayed over in Dallas, which I wasn't planning on doing, did the audition the next day. It was very like, there was a ton of stuff we had to do. We were like walking. It was like all day, I think. It was a long time. And then I went home and waited, and then finally they called, and they sent like a little video camera and everything because they wanted to capture when I get the phone call. So that'll happen. We never saw that. That's unseen footage. So who knows? Maybe that's in the future.
Oh, wow.
That could be fun. So that's how I did it.
I think you're the first person who has told us that they sent you a camera, because I've always wondered, how do they get that footage of you guys getting the phone call knowing you're going to go to the casting week? So they sent you the devices.
They did. They sent me, that's how they did it with mine. They sent me this little camera. I don't really remember all the details, but I do remember that. And they wanted like, so maybe they have shown some of this kind of footage on other seasons. They wanted to talk to my mom. They wanted like to hear her side, my boyfriend at the time, the whole thing. And so they captured all. So it was kind of a giveaway. We're like, oh, if they're sending us this, then we're pretty sure that I'm on it. And
right.
I didn't keep the camera, by the way. I don't recall keeping the camera. So just, I don't know where it is.
Yeah, pack it in your bag when you come over here, girl. Give it back to us.
We want that back. That's on loan. Yeah.
So you get on a plane and then you go to casting week. Do you remember, how did it feel walking into this top model universe with the cameras, lights, the other girls, the producers, the shabam malam?
I will tell you that it was like my head was going to explode the entire time from start to finish. You may have noticed that, like, there's this shot, like when we take our blindfolds off and we're in China in the car, and like the veins are popping out of my head, like I'm so stoked. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. I grew up in like not a small town, but like I was just like a very, like, nothing big or glamorous, just like a really small little house, and like it felt like a little town compared to now. So I had seen nothing in the world. So getting on there was like insane, and all the cameras and stuff, I feel like I adjusted pretty quickly because it was like, I wanted it so much that I just was like, okay, this is it. This is how it's supposed to be. So I was just like, all right, boom, we're on. We're doing this. Dreams are coming true. It's going to happen for me. That's how I felt. But it was amazing. It was amazing.
One of my favorite moments from casting week is this little 5-second clip of you and Celicia embracing each other at the beach, and she's like, we're gonna be the final 2, and you guys like embraced, and then you guys were the final 2. What like, tell me, how was it for you meeting Celicia, and then like you guys having that dialogue where you guys were like, we know we're gonna be the final 2? Like, what is that? What
premonition she had.
Yes,
to be honest, I was like, yeah, right, like, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be in the final 2. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt at the time. I love Celicia, and I think like we don't communicate much now, but there's nothing but love between us. And I just, like, we bonded. We could have been sisters, I am so, okay, well, we talk about like the very last day, how I felt like, I was heartbroken, but like I always believed in her, and I think she was incredibly talented. And at the time when there were so many girls, there was like 30 of us at that time, I really wasn't singling anybody out and thinking like, oh, that's my competition. I was so convinced that it was me, and it was just my opportunity, that I didn't even see the other girls. Maybe like 1 or 2, but they didn't make it very far. So you never know. I didn't know, is what I'm saying. Like, I, at the time, had no idea what it really takes to be a model and, like, what the show was looking for, because that's kind of another, you know, it's not just, like, who is the best model or going to be the best model, but it's also about the show, like, the story, you know, obviously.
How was it seeing Tyra in person for the first time?
Oh, I was so starstruck. She is, like, angelic. I haven't seen her in all these years, but like when I first saw her, like it's as if she had a halo around her, just like her aura is just so pristine. And I just was like, oh my God, is she like an angel? Are human beings supposed to look like that? She's glowing and levitating. Maybe not levitating, but I mean, she's a stunning, physically, just like, you have to rub your eyes. You're like, is this real? That's how I felt.
I remember talking to Jenah in our chat. Have you seen it?
No, I want to.
Oh, when find you a nice, I don't know how long it is. How long is it, guys? Is it almost 2 hours? Maybe even 3? When you have some time in hand, just watch it. Cause she talks about when you guys were on the ship and all of the chaos with filming on the ship and dealing with the other people who are on the ship and the girls having to be left and like get back. Like, what was that like for you?
It was crazy. It was like a whirlwind. You know, there were so many of us. It was all brand new. We didn't know what was going on. It was my first time on a cruise. So there was that element that I was just like, oh my gosh. Everything was just like so surreal. Like literally like I was dreaming. So it's kind of even hard for me to like remember because it was overwhelming. It was just like so max. Everything was just maxed out, like excitement. It's all very fast paced, except for the time when we were just like waiting and being on ice. But I do remember like my little room that I was sharing, like in the bottom of the boat. We were like I was bunked up with some girl. I can't remember her name, but she was really nice. It was fun, you know. It was like, I remember that first walk where Mrs. J was like making fun of us so hardcore. I remember I was like, oh no, I don't want to go. I don't want to be next. And I remember Salisha a lot from that time too. Just like, she was funny and just like, you know, sparkly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember when your name got called to go inside of the house by Tyra?
Yes.
How did you feel?
I mean, I wasn't like one of the first to be called. It was like later. So I was like, when is she going to call my name? When is she going to call my name? Because I knew she had to call my name. And Bianca mentioned that my first name is Heather, and we had another Heather. So I was going by my first name at that time. But funny, like side note, is actually my whole family always has called me Sean or Shawnee. And now all my friends call me Shanti. So I just switched to Heather for like a brief moment. And then, so she called Heather's name and she was like, but there are 2 Heathers. And then I was like, and it wasn't me. She first called the other Heather. So then she finally got to me and she was like, okay, you're going to be called Chantal. I was like, yes, I'm going to be called Chantal. But it was like a dream, you know? And also we had to walk over this little runway that was over the pool. And I remember being like, kind of like, oh shit, I better not fall in the pool. So it was nerve-wracking, but I was thrilled. And, you know, I was also just like, man, she took a long time to call my name. I was ready.
Is her calling names as long or as short as it appears on TV?
Sometimes it would be just quick, and sometimes it would kind of like be drug out. Like she would have like something she was trying to teach us, you know. So she would have to like take her time, and then she would be like, okay, the next name I'm going to call, and then she'd pull out their picture.
You know what? I'm curious to know. I can't believe after 50 chats, I've never asked anybody this. I've never asked, but I've always been so curious. When she's calling names, is she looking at something or is she really saying all this from her head?
Oh, she's saying it all from her head. She is a machine. Yeah.
She doesn't have any in-ears?
Not that I know of. She's just like amazing like that.
Oh, dang it. I should have asked Nigel that, but no, I couldn't waste that question on him. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, she's impressive.
So, like, when you girls are standing before her, I'm kind of jumping all out of sequence now because the super fan has really kicked in. So, like, when you guys are standing before her at Elimination and she's saying all of that, she's not looking at anything. She's just saying all of that.
She's looking at us. It's very like it's what you see. She's looking right at us. She's telling us. I mean, she probably knows already what she's gonna say, kind of, but it's not scripted. If that answers your question. I don't know who she would let in her ear to tell her what to say. She is saying her thing. Like, I'm pretty sure. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which makes sense on why and I haven't said it in a long time, but it just jogged my memory. One of the things I absolutely cannot stand about America's Next Top Model is they try to play on our brains by having Tyra do these voiceovers and they cut to something else like we don't know she went in the studio and said this. Like it'll be her talking with all this wild noise. You can hear da-da-da and da-da-da-da, and then it'll cut to somebody's face and you'll just hear a voiceover and you need to know how to da-da-da-da-da and cut back. I'm like, can y'all stop this? This is aggravating. So, okay. Newfound respect for the bitch. Yes, ma'am. It's
good. Oh my God.
So now I'm going to go into Top Model Roll Call. And this is when I name every girl who was on your cycle and you tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, whether good, bad, indifferent, or shady.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I
ready?
can say whatever I want, or do I have to say good, bad?
Oh, no, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Please, we want you to say whatever you want.
Okay. I hope I can remember everybody.
Okay,
Let's
so the first girl out was Mila. Mm-hmm.
Cute. She was cute.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she wasn't going to go very far. She's she's a cutie, you know. She's cute, but she was very, that's the word. Next.
Yeah, nice gowns. Okay, so Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly. Vegan. She was like an animal lover. She was so sweet and the bluest eyes in the whole world. She was darling.
You know, I'm always interested to know what makes the second girl go home. You know? Like, it sucks to be the second girl who goes home. Like, it's okay being a third, or maybe even the first, because that kind of makes you iconic. But the second girl, it's kind of like, we never really remember her.
Aw. Yeah, I think Kimberly's like acting now, and I think she's happy. Like, she was genuinely happy.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. All of them, all of us.
So the third girl, Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. Yeah, she was so smart. She was a smarty pants. She was kind of, she did not want to be a model.
Mm-hmm.
She did not care. She just was like, had the build for it, but it was like, she kind of felt like it was below her, I think.
Yeah. So a lot of talks about her elimination and like what happened, and I can't remember who I spoke to. I'm assuming it's Jenah. I'm assuming it's Jenah when she was like, Victoria turned around after they were talking about her prickly disposition, and she was like, have I been like prickly to any of you guys? Raise your hands if you think I've been prickly to any of you, and none of you guys raise your hands. And like she turned back around. It was something like that. Do you remember this occurrence?
No, I don't remember, but I definitely do not. I also do not remember her ever being prickly. Mm-hmm. No, I don't really remember that, but I need to rewatch it because that's hilarious. Like, what did she think was going to happen? They're going to keep her on after all that attitude? That's so funny.
And then I have to ask you also, what about this? I'm trying to make sure I'm using the right words. This folder of like personalities and girls and traits and like, this like packet of information on you girls that was found at the Makeover salon that I guess maybe Victoria found or got her hands on. Do you remember anything like that?
No.
Chantal, where were you, girl?
This was 14 years ago, Oliver. It was a long time ago. I've been living my life. I got kids. I'm sleep deprived. Okay. I knew this was going to happen. I was like, I should really watch the whole thing again because I haven't seen it since it aired. I didn't watch it ever again. I've seen like little clips and stuff, and people put like little compilations together. It's really sweet. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's so sweet. But okay, they found a packet of us. No, okay, now that's kind of coming to me, but I didn't know it had like our personalities noted, but it just had like our looks, what we were gonna look like.
Gotcha. Don't feel bad. I can barely remember what I did last night.
Okay, thank you.
Or yesterday morning.
I know. Well, you're a busy, busy man.
Stop saying that, please.
Well, you're like putting out albums, you got a show, you're like interviewing someone every single day, keeping up with your whole look, you're doing all the things.
The things of the things. Yes, Chantal, the things of the things. Listen, an idle mind is a devil's playground, and I don't want to. I don't want to kiss cheeks with Satan right now.
Okay, yeah, do your thing.
So
I respect it. You're hustling, and I love it. I respect that very much.
Thank you. What about Janet? I thought Janet was going to go very far.
Janet was so sweet. She was so fun. She was very she had a big personality, but she was a petite girl. Like she was short.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But she had big personality. She was very sweet. She was very fun. I'm going to say that about a lot of people, but no, but she really had she was like more mature. I don't know how much older she was than any of us, but she was definitely more mature. Like she was like in a long-term relationship, and she had I think she had a career as like a hairstylist or a dresser, hairdresser or something. So, yeah. I don't know if she kept modeling. Do you? Did she do anything? But anyway. Sweet girl. Smart.
Sweet girl, nice gowns.
Mature, yeah.
What about Ebony? Ebony Morgan.
Oh my God, I love Ebony. I love her. She was so insecure. That was her downfall. Like she was so insecure. I just remember when we first got into the house and she jumped in the pool and her wig fell off and she was just like running around. She was just so funny. And she was really insecure about her teeth and stuff, but she was so beautiful and so tall. I hear my baby.
Ebony was freaking beautiful.
So beautiful. No, truly, like a special person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at the comments, but is that Renee? Is that my good girlfriend Renee from Cycle 20? From Florida down in the comments. Yep, that's Renee causing trouble. Did I see Molly Sue down there? Did I see Molly Sue down there? Is that Molly Sue down there, guys, from Cycle 6? Just want to shout those girls out. Molly, I'm so sorry I cannot ask your question. If you watched your interview, you know why it was probably a good idea I didn't ask that question. We're going to leave it at that and go on to the next name, which is Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. First thing that comes to my mind, boobs. Those are the first things. She has big boobs. Sarah's cool. She's funny. I think she's like a comedian now. I got to get my baby.
Oh, no, go get the baby.
I'll be right back. Quick commercial break.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'll just sing songs. We were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. Can't you hear the whistle singing? They seem to say, you have stolen my heart and gone away. As we sing our midnight song on Moonlight Bay, on Moonlight Bay. Y'all remember that song from Hey Arnold? I haven't sung that song in a bunch of years. And I was like, do I remember this song? Y'all remember that song from Hey Arnold? I loved Hey Arnold. I loved Hey Arnold. Pulling the Keisha Cole. Yes. Shake your body, body. Move your body, body. Shake your body, body. Move your body, body. I'm trying to figure out. You know, my favorite part of that whole video, of that Shake Your Body video, is when Tyra Banks is laying on the ground like this, and the mic is hanging like this over her face, and there's a part when it's like, what does it say? It's like, shake your body, body, and she's like, oh, I said, Tyra, girl, you better act, girl. You better get into it. It was just dangling over her. Tyra, it was a little racy, wasn't it not? A little racy to have those things dangling over your face and you arching your back. And I'm sorry, I was singing a song.
I love it.
Is the baby okay?
She's okay. She fell back asleep. This is good. We want her to transition from one sleep cycle to the next, though. So that's good. She's doing her thing.
Listen, when Oliver decides to have babies, I'm not doing anything in life.
What's that?
I said, when I finally decide to have babies, I'm not doing anything in life. Like, I feel like being a parent is like going back to school. Like, you have to know, like, everything now.
It's so
Excuse me.
hard. Parenting is so hard. It's like I'm so happy to be doing it. This is what I want to do, but it is so difficult. It's like you're on call 24/7 and you are working 24/7. Like if I sleep more than 4 hours, 4 consecutive hours, I'm like, praise God, thank you so much. And it doesn't happen every night. So anyway, it's hard, but it's great. Yeah, but to all those people that want to do it, just get your life together first. That'll make it much better. Like finances, get yourself a good partner that you want to do it with, that kind of thing, because it ain't easy.
Yeah, I'm probably not having kids, and I'm like 40.
Yeah, that's fine. My husband's 40, and
oh yes, yeah, 40. I'm like, I feel like I should have done everything I wanted to do, and yeah, it'd probably be time to take a break then.
Yeah, to break from that and then onto something complete. Yeah, it's plus
ice cream and amusement parks.
Yeah, she's got a baby now, a 4-year-old. I didn't know. I'm so like, oh, Tyra's a baby.
She does have a baby
now.
Congratulations to Tyra. I know that was like a big thing for her to bring life into the world, and she succeeded.
Yes, good. Congrats, Tyra.
So the next person is Umbrielle.
Umbrielle, my girl from Texas, love her. We did hang out a little bit after the show because we both lived in LA following. So we went to like a little music festival together. She's great. She's just like a chill down chick. Like she's not trying to cause any problems, no drama.
How was it being in that elimination when it's her and Ebony in the bottom and Umbrielle goes home? Cookie, get away from my lights before you make stuff crash. Go away and go to your bed and lay down. I'm sorry, I have to talk to my baby.
I know. How
she's like, I don't know what she's snooping around, but I felt just the one whip of the tail and all of this just would have came crashing down. But how was it watching them in the bottom and then Ebony saying she doesn't want to continue, and then Umbrielle being told she can't continue after being eliminated?
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. I don't remember that, but that's really sad because, like I said, Ebony, she was like, God, she just had no confidence. So sad. I don't know what happened. Like, what gets a girl that's so beautiful and like so unique and special to like feel so like such low self-esteem. And then Umbrielle, she had plenty of self-esteem, she's great and she could handle it. Like, she was eliminated, but she still like rocked it, went on afterwards and, did her thing. So love her.
Yes. When I spoke to her, I loved her energy. Like I absolutely loved her energy. Lisa Jackson!
Okay, she's probably the most model-esque, like body. She's so thin and like long. And she's got a great smile too. Yeah, Lisa's a good model.
Lisa is I went back and looked at you guys' portfolios before we did this chat, and her portfolio was so diverse and it was so stunning and it was so great. Like, I don't think she took a bad photo while she was on the show.
Probably not.
And to see like everything she does now, I saw her post a video the other day to that walk song by Saucy Santana, and she was like walking down. I think she had on these like boots. I was like, yes, bitch, yes, yes. Like, Leah is beautiful.
Yes, yes, she is so good. And someone recently posted that Enrique Iglesias video, and like she killed it. She like put her long ass leg up there, and like she was just so good, like amazing. That was another level of confidence. She was just like, she really owns her unique giganticness, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like not all of us like girls, super tall girls feel like that confident about it, and she just owns it. So I gotta respect that.
How was it filming that Enrique Iglesias video and none of it being used in the final version?
Well, for one, on my little take, they didn't give me any instructions. I felt like I was so confused as to what's happening. They're like, okay, roll, and then they're like, cut, and I was like, what? And that was it. And then we were done. I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna go home for this one because this sucked. I think I was really low in that one. They did not explain.
Weren't you the girl who was supposed to like stand on the wall and watch him as he was walking by? I don't know. I just remember Tyra's hands doing like this, like Celie from Color Purple.
It was like that. Yeah, it was supposed to do something like that, but I didn't understand. And then it was like the camera. I don't know. Whatever it was, I felt like I didn't get it, what I was supposed to do, and then it was done. They didn't give me like another chance. When in reality, if you're cast for a job, they, make sure you understand it and then you do it. And if you don't get it right, they're like, okay. And then they try again. But I feel like I didn't get another chance to do it. It's like, okay, you're done. Eliminate, they're going to just cut that tape. I was like, oh, no. It did suck though.
I wonder if him doing that music video on Top Model was like some product placement type thing where it was like, hey, I want to promote my new song and video on your show. And they were just like, oh, we'll just make it a video challenge for the girls since models have to appear in music video. I wonder if that's what it was. I think that's probably what it was. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He definitely benefited. Like, that was a strategic move on his part.
Mm-hmm. That was smart.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the show has such huge viewership. Would we all be talking about Enrique Iglesias right now if it weren't for that? No, not anybody who's talking about this thing. What's that song anyway? So.
Do you remember the song?
No.
Oh, well, simple. Oh, girl, don't get me to line. I don't remember it. Okay. I don't remember it.
See?
What about Heather?
Okay. I love Heather. She was great, but she wasn't like she wasn't okay. We said Janet was mature. She was like not as she was a little. It was the girls would get really frustrated with her because she was just like not at the same. But she would like get all these amazing pictures, and the judges loved her so much, so there was jealousy at play there too. But
you think so?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Like she could do no wrong in the judge's eyes. So beautiful, such a beautiful girl, inside and out. Like she just was a little bit out of her league, probably with like how much drive we all had to win and to like do well, and how competitive I don't think she was like that. She was just like doing her thing and like trying to enjoy life, and she was like, oh, maybe I could be a model. It wasn't like I'm gonna do this. I would like do anything for this, like a lot of us were.
So since I've been doing these chats and I've spoken to girls from Cycle 9, they all have echoed these same sentiments about Heather. Like, Heather was, she was nice, but, Heather was a little unruly, and she really didn't understand certain social norms and boundaries and stuff like that. From your perspective, do you feel like Heather was bullied? Because that's a common thing that viewers feel regarding her treatment during Cycle 9.
I would say to that we're all living so close to each other, like on top of each other, sharing beds at times. And it's like we were sisters in a way, you know, like everyone living in the same house. People are going to fight. People are going to bicker. And usually someone gets singled out. And that's kind of what happened. So I don't think that it was ever like malicious, like bullying, like let's hurt her. I really don't think that. But I think that, like, for example, that time when we were in China, okay, we were exhausted. Like, we had this huge flight. Like, it's so overstimulating. Like, we're just working so hard. We're giving everything every single day. And then it was like, it came down to like where we were going to sleep. And people were just like, you know, they were done. The girls were done. And they didn't have like that compassion, the capacity for compassion at that moment. So they kind of, it looked really bad. But I don't know. I don't think people really, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to say they bullied her. I don't think that they really did. I just think that, you know, they were dismissive sometimes and sometimes just like, whatever, like not worried about you. I'm worried about me. I'm trying to do my thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was a competition.
Yeah, with a bunch of like teenage girls. So what did you guys expect?
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, bless Heather. Like, yes, you know, nobody wants to see anybody bullied, but especially not someone so sweet and like that's a little different. You know, we don't want to see that. So. Yeah.
So it's funny that you mentioned the fight with the beds and all of that because there was another girl that you got into it with who is next on the list of the roll call, Miss Bianca Golden.
Oh my God. My most embarrassing thing in life was being filmed, losing my temper, being so annoyed with Bianca and acting like a fool. Like and also like that didn't get shown until after it actually happened in the bloopers thing. So that when that one was airing, I was like, oh my God, the day of, you know, it was Wednesdays and it was a big deal at my house. Like everybody came over and we had like a big viewing party and it was so fun. And I just remember just being like, my stomach in knots, like they're going to show me acting like a complete fool. Like, oh, humiliating. And then they didn't. And I was like, I can't believe they're not going to show that. Oh my God, they're not going to show that.
And they did.
They showed it. That was really embarrassing. I'm still embarrassed that I lost my temper like
Are you really?
A little bit, you know. I mean, yeah, that's like my worst moment shown still on TV, on everyone's internet. It's like, ugh. But, you know, I love Bianca, and I think we got over it. I think we got past that. Lisa and I also didn't always get along, but I think we also got past that within the filming of the show. We're like, look, let's squash this, whatever. Like, we're competing against each other, but let's like enjoy ourselves while we're here, you know? So that was just, I'm so embarrassed by that. And I love Bianca. I'm so proud of her. I think she's a teacher now. Like,
she's a teacher.
She's incredible. And she's stunning as ever. She has not aged a day. Yeah.
And she has I didn't know she had that much hair on her head. And, you know, maybe because when I spoke to her, she did have braids in her head. But I was in her Insta story the other day and she was getting her hair done and it was just hair on hair on hair. I was like, oh my God, can you stop wearing buns, please?
She deserves
I want to see all this lusciousness, these tresses.
When they cut her hair, she was so heartbroken. Oh, that was really hard for her. She was so beautiful. Like,
yeah, it worked out on her good.
No, not that many people can pull off pretty much buzzing their head like she did. So I'm glad she's got great hair now. I remember her she was like, as soon as I get home, as soon as I get off the plane, I'm going straight to getting my hair done. I'm going to get my eyelashes back on. I was like, you go, girl. But you
Banshee girl, Banshee. Okay, what about Jenah?
Jenna's like the coolest, most hipster girl. Like, she was so cool. And she's so photogenic, as you guys all know, everyone watching. Like, she took amazing pictures. Yeah, and I loved her. Like, we bonded the most. We were like She was cool, but she was also like my direct competition. I guess everybody was, but we were like the most similar. So looking back, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, she was like the one I was really competing against, because if it was between, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
No, I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And then in like the real world of modeling, she would also be my direct competition. You know, it's not like, you know, when someone's casting for something, they know what they want.
It's the dog.
What's
Can
the dog?
you sit down?
I know. I'm surprised mine isn't popping off over here. She's like all curled up. I took her on a huge walk this morning, so she's sleeping now.
Good, yes.
Good girl. Yeah. Anyway, love Jenah. Hipster girl. I swear, I think she was working in a movie theater before the show, and I think she went back to the movie theater after. And I was like, girl, go do it. Go become a model. And she, I don't know. I don't think she ever did it.
Yeah, the talk I did with her, she talks about like what happened to her after she left the show, and
Was it bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got this. Okay.
But the saving grace is that she is in a way far more better place now, and she's going to school to, guys, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I talk to Jenah all the time now, like we talk all the time, but I want to say she's going to school to be a psychologist or something in psychiatry. It's one of the two, and she wants to help people to like be a therapist and like all the other stuff. So I thought like all of that was beautiful. Yeah,
that is. Oh, that's good.
And then last but not least, Salisha.
Salisha. I love Salisha. I mean, she definitely deserved to win if it was coming down to that runway show. It was clear. She had an amazing walk. She had a lot of training before the show. I don't know if a lot, but she had, like, she knew what she was doing already. I did not. I was so bad. But I love Salisha. I think she's a good person. Like, I truly think she's a good person. Like, she has a good heart, and I like really respected her. And she was always kind and had a good work ethic, and she wanted it. She wanted it so bad. So she was very focused. I think she still is. You know,
I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on this whole pre-selected winner theory that Salisha was casted because they wanted her to win or was going to make it to where she won? What are your thoughts on that?
well, when I first heard that, I was like, it felt good to me, because I was like, oh, you know, as if like that's why I didn't. But I don't know. And also, like, who cares? In a way, it's like that's how it panned out, and it's fine if that's what had to happen. I don't know if that's what was planned. Did they get what they wanted by her winning? Like, why would they pre-select her to win? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't feel any particular way about it. At the time, I did, like, when I went into the show, I wanted to be second. I know that might sound like kind of weird. I wanted to, because because I thought, in my delusion, you know, in my like 19-year-old ego, that I would not be tied to the show then if I was second, and I would get to do whatever I wanted, and I would do better than whatever they had. That's what I thought. Of course, by the time we're in it and we're down to that last, I'm like, of course I wanted to win then. Like, there was no, I was like, oh, I'm competitive. Then I wanted to win at that point. But I felt, and I still kind of feel like second is best in a way. Although, you know, I know a lot of the girls that did win their seasons, like, have gone on to do quite well. And I sometimes wonder, like, I wonder what would be different for me now if I would have won. I don't know.
I mean, that theory of second is best may be right. I mean, look at Allison Harvard. She got second twice. And look at how fabulous she is today.
You know, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can look at it. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you just roll with it. And that's what happened. And I'm happy for Salisha. I think she's now on doing a soap opera. And like, I did a soap opera one time. Like, I had a spot, and I was like, when I was on set, I was like, oh, I could do this. Soap operas are nice. So I'm happy for her that she's doing it. And whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they planned for it to happen, but I got what I planned.
Well, good. So Carol_Kissick wants to know, did you like the Colleen Quinn fashion show?
Oh, the which one? Oh, the final one?
No, the Colleen Quinn fashion show. Wait, don't mess me up now. Now, I believe the Colleen Quinn fashion show was in the beginning when you girls had on the, is my top model card being revoked? Am I confusing two things? Guys, isn't the Colleen Quinn fashion show when they had all those couture gowns in the beginning, and then the prizes they got to go fly to Paris to walk in a fashion show? Wasn't that the Colleen Quinn fashion show, guys? Help me out now.
Come on, somebody.
I don't think the designer in the final runway was named Colleen Quinn, because I'm saying it too easy. Okay, I'm right. Yes, the Colleen Quinn fashion show was when you guys were had all those couture pieces, and the grand prize was you guys flying to walk in the runway. It was Asian inspired. It was the one that Salisha won.
And she went to Paris and walked on a show?
Mm-hmm. At least that was the prize.
Wow. Sorry, Carol, I don't remember.
Sorry, Carol.
I'm so sorry, babe.
Oh, you're fine.
DM me. I'm going to look it up and then I'll let you know.
I'll show you a photo. Let me see.
Okay.
Colleen Quinn, America's Next Top Model, Cycle 9. Y'all saw how fast I type?
I know. I should really have like my computer here looking stuff up.
I'm coming.
Stay hydrated.
The dog has finally sat down, y'all.
Good girl.
I was going to skin her. Ooh. Good old Vimeo. Is this what TV looks like back then? Oh my God, this is the quality. It's so. Runway fashion show. Wearing gowns by designer Colleen Quinn.
Oh my God.
Look at you girls.
Oh, this was even before makeovers.
I actually did see her pieces in a magazine. Never realized that I would one day be wearing one. Today's challenge is not only for us to judge your walk,
Okay, I'm still
but
not
also
remembering.
moving in the garment with restrictions, as well as bringing out the spirit of the garment.
Look at you.
Let's see.
And I will
Hold on.
be inviting the winner to come to Paris with me and to
My
walk
hair
my
was
runway.
yellow. I was so excited.
I wonder where he is. What is he doing, y'all? Can somebody find him? What is he doing? He used to pop up on Top Model all the time. Is he still working out here? What is he doing? But you still don't remember it.
I don't remember.
Okay, hold on. One last chance. Here's the actual fashion show.
Oh, look at Ebony. Lisa. I need to watch this. This is great TV, you guys. I was probably so nervous and had a terrible walk.
We don't really have designers in my town. So
Kimberly, this was early.
like, just go out there and do it.
I wonder if
What
we're
was
gonna
the question? How do I feel about it?
Yes.
I was nervous as hell, girl. Believe me, I was so nervous.
I'm trying to see, do I see you?
And I probably couldn't walk very well in whatever I was wearing.
I think the challenge was that they were constricted, and you guys had to like figure it out.
Oh, I'm sure I did horribly then. And that's very real. That was a good challenge because that is so real. Like since then, and like being in many runway shows, you often cannot walk in what you're wearing. So it's really, that was a good lesson.
So the real one, Henrik Larson wants to know, is there any makeover drama we did not see?
You saw it. I'm pretty sure they capture the drama. That's what they want very much of. So I think the biggest drama was whenever Bianca, when they had to shave her hair. That was the biggest drama. That was huge. And they were gonna give her like this beautiful Beyonce-esque, like blonde,
I'm glad they didn't.
and she wanted it so much. So that was like, we're all like identified with our appearance, probably specifically our hair. Most people like, look, your hair, it's like your signature, like you look amazing, right? Suddenly someone's just going to take it away and do something that you don't want. Like, that's very like traumatic. So I think that was the biggest drama. What else? What other drama was there? No.
Did you like your makeover?
I loved it. I couldn't believe that they gave me that, because that was like, I mean, I didn't know anything. I had bangs. I've dabbled with bangs for my whole life. Bangs are a pain in the ass, by the way.
Really?
They're just like, they have to be just right. So, and in the wind, they're like, psh, I don't like it. It's not cute. So, and then hats, bangs are complicated. And then growing them out is a bitch. But I loved it. I loved it. And I kept it for a while until like my agency was like, let's change directions. Let's look different. So that's
nice. So Carol _ hopefully you remember this for Carol. Carol wants to know, what was your favorite photo shoot and why? Her favorite photo shoot was the gargoyles.
Oh, the gargoyles. Well, that was my favorite picture, because that picture they edited to make me look amazing. I do not look like that. Like, that was so good. They just made my legs like really skinny and like everything's so perfect. But like the real picture, whenever we were like going to panel and they put up the picture, sometimes it all happens so quickly that's before editing. So the one that I saw was before editing. So it was like, looked different. And that's something that people need to be aware of. Every picture you see in advertising has been edited to look how they want it to look. Like, if your hips are too wide, they will just bring them in. If you're, something's out of place, they just fix it. So they make it look like this, something else. So I love the gargoyle picture, to get back to the question. That was great. But my favorite shoot was definitely the Great Wall of China with Tyra shooting it. I mean, it was amazing to be there. Oh, please. Like, I love it. It's amazing. But my legs and my butt have never been so slim. Yeah.
You got a booty.
I got a booty. And it like peeks out from underneath, and you could see it in that picture. But they took that right out. Because it's an upshot. It's like not a very good glamorous angle for people. Yeah, I think I don't know if they put it in the actual episode, but I think it was Nigel was saying like it's raunchy, and Twiggy was like, it's not raunchy. I could see what Nigel was saying about it being raunchy, because it was shot upward, and I'm wearing like a thong. That thing was a thong in the back. So
I think whoever did the costuming or the styling for this episode probably got in trouble by Tyra. Because I actually remember her saying to Salisha, she was like, your photo probably would have been so much better if you was styled better. So maybe someone dropped the ball when it came to what you guys were wearing.
I feel like the styling for mine was off many times throughout the season. Like, so many times. It's like, ugh, awful. But anyway, so my favorite was the Great Wall. That was the coolest. And then the gargoyle picture was great. Good call, Carol.
One of the visual memories I have from the Great Wall of China photo shoot is you with those big hair pieces. And Tyra saying, she was counting and she was making you do that. And like you were doing like this like thing. And it's like the hair was doing like that. I don't know why. It's so like entertaining to me just to like see that on repeat in my brain. Just in the hair like folding and flapping. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, the hairstylist, the main hairstylist and makeup artist for the show were so great. They were so great. I wonder where they are or if they're still doing it. They were amazing. They were probably the best part of the whole show, the best part of the whole experience. They were so great.
While we're talking about the Great Wall of China, there's a question that I'm going to jump to about Jay and Tyra. since they were on set together. And this is when, in Jay's chats, he talks about this cycle is when him and Tyra's relationship kind of took a turn because he wanted to leave, but then he ended up not leaving. But when he came back, there was like some weird energy and she wasn't really talking to him outside of filming. Did you as a contestant detect any of that going on?
No, I didn't. Maybe some of the other girls did, but Oliver, I was so focused on myself and like this was like my opportunity. So I was just focused on myself and I was really like had blinders on to what was going on around me, especially like their relationship. Like, no, I never saw anything like suspicious going on between them. I just was like, especially when Tyra was around, it was just like all like, okay, she's like, you know, focus on her. Like, no, I didn't see anything going on. I didn't even know that until recently that they had any bad energy. I guess he wrote a book. That's when I first was like, oh, he's talking about her. He must be. Sorry.
You girls don't know how much you guys tickle my soul sometimes when I hear you girls speak. And it's just the dark comedy in me just peeks his little nasty, ugly little head. That was so funny. So I want to ask you about just filming in China and period, because I remember Jay was talking about like just the difficulty filming with the Chinese government. And I know in talks I've had with Jenah, she was like, it was kind of weird filming there. What was the experience like for you?
Yeah, no, it definitely was kind of weird. Like, I remember one time we were at some, like, it was kind of like a touristy place, but it was, I don't know, it was just all kind of, it was weird. It was weird. Yeah, politically very different than what we're used to over here. So walking around, like sometimes we weren't allowed places, and for us, like we were just being corralled all the time. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go over here. Oh no, we're gonna go over here instead. Like just moving us around. We didn't know what the hell was going on. But so politically it was complicated, and logistically I'm sure it was a nightmare for those that were dealing with that. But it was pretty cool to be there in general. Like it was such a different world. And now I've been there a bunch of times, and it still like takes you back. You're like, whoa, it's so different. Asia's amazing. It's like another planet. It's so cool.
I can't wait to go. I've never been. I really want to go.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love Japan. Japan and China are so different too, which
really,
yeah, they're very different. It's like a totally different culture. It's very cool. Both are amazing.
I have another China question for you, and this comes from Delion_Jr. How were the ghosties in China? No nude undergarments? Was Heather really lost? And were you really that late, or was it exaggerated? Love you, girl.
Okay, yeah, no, I did not have nude underwear. They told us at one point we needed to get nude underwear, but where was I to get nude underwear? We couldn't go shopping. We were like, we were, someone once said we were prisoners. Come on. We weren't exactly prisoners, but we were like kept. We could not just go get nude underwear. So I did not have nude underwear. It was so hard. I was so late. Was Heather lost? I'm sure she was. It was very difficult to get around.
Heather was lost.
Yeah. I had no idea what to do in this casting situation. Navigating a brand new city, like, it was really hard. I don't even, like, it was all a blur, too. I don't even remember, like, the cameras kind of just fade away after a while. So I'm like, you know, they could have helped you, but they didn't. The camera people, they know where they're going. But they could have, like, looked on the maps. But anyway, that was really challenging. Good question.
So SA_Marcucho wants to know, knowing that Jenah had picked you to share the prize with her the previous week, why did you feel the need to say that she wasn't someone you wanted your little sisters to look up to? I remember this elimination, girl.
I remember too. My family gave me such hell about that. They were like,
really?
You threw her under the bus. I was like, look, people, I love Jenah, and I was being really honest at the time. Like, it wasn't so much like about Jenah as much as it was about Salisha. Like, I really respected Salisha so much, and I thought she was a good role model. And I was very idealistic at the time about who was going to be influencing people like my little sister, you know? And I still feel like I want whoever is in a high profile position to be expressing and demonstrating, you know, respectful behavior. Respectful, like, you know, qualities that we should all be emulating and trying to become better collectively. So I've always felt bad about that because I love Jenah, and I don't know what she went through afterwards or anything like that. I just, at the time, that's how I felt. I'm sorry. I've always felt really bad about that. It was a hard question. Jesus, that was a really hard question, you know? Like, what was I supposed to say? It was going to be one or the other. And that's just, like, how I felt, honestly. And also, you know, looking back, like, she was mostly my competition. Like, it was so, you know, strategically, that would have been the right thing to do. But it wasn't strategic. I just felt that way. Like, I just thought Salisha was just such a, like, I could see my sister looking up to her. And I felt like with Jenah, it was mainly because she smoked cigarettes. And I have smoked since then, occasionally, because you guys will pull up pictures of me from old times, but I don't smoke anymore, and I only dabbled anyway. And I don't want my sister to smoke, or anybody.
Do not smoke! Because Tyra taught you, Cycle 9, Episode 2, the first week on Top Model, what happens when you smoke? You get holes in your throat, your hair falls out, you take photos, and you get eliminated, and you get sent home. Good old Tyra. Listen, I remember watching that what year did this come out? Because I keep saying I remember watching these things, and I don't be remembering what year this came out. But I'm going to start remembering, what year is this? Cycle 9 came out
2009?
2007.
Ages
Sorry,
ago.
Chantal, I wasn't even in high school yet.
I think I had just graduated. Like, you weren't even, you're such a baby.
I wasn't in high school yet. I wasn't even in the 7th grade.
Oh my God. And you watched it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is such, who would have known that this show would be so huge? And still, I'm like, just, oh, they're going to get there.
I hope so. Shut Up and Drive. Which was the promo song for you guys in Cycle. You see how I did that?
You're good. You're good.
Oh, just imagine me on drink number 2. No. Okay. Where were we? We didn't got lost on the tangent. I didn't.
A question about, that was the hardest
Jenah.
question.
We were talking about Jenah. So guys, you heard her say it right here. Listen, leave Chantal alone.
I'm sorry.
She said she was sorry. How old were you?
19.
She was 19. Listen, she was sorry. She was 19. Jenah was her biggest competition. She was under pressure. It was a reality TV show. It's a lot going on. She's so sorry. Do you follow Jenah on social media?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure you guys have spoken and all the other good things.
We've spoken periodically here and there, not like at length, but we've chatted over the years for sure. And she'll chime in, and I'll chime in on her life here and there. But yeah, I'm gonna reach out after this. I want to know all. I just want to talk to her. And see what she wants to share.
Those are I try not to walk into the chats with like, expectations and stuff like that, because I just want to receive everything as fresh as possible. But I did not know, it wouldn't have thought like she felt the way she felt and like went under some of the let's just say journey she had to go through once she left the show. Like it was shocking to me, and a lot of fans were shocked. But like I said, she's in a better place, and like, it's beautiful to see the entire arc of her life and, you know, just her personal development. And I've spoken to her a lot since we've done the chat. Like, I remember, oh my God, y'all. Oh, this is funny. Jenah, can I tell the girls? Yeah, she told me I can't. I called Jenah drunk one night off some wine. And we were in here for like 3 hours talking about chicken. We were talking about different chicken, and she lives in California. And I was like, Jenah, you never had this type of chicken? You never had this type of chicken? She's like, no, what is that? I was like, girl, what are you talking about? You need to eat the chicken. Eat the chicken. But no, I like her a lot. I'm pretty sure if her and I were in the same city, we probably would be getting in trouble together a lot, because she's my type of girl. Like, I like all that stuff.
She's a fun person. Yeah, she's a good person to be around. Like, she brings out good in people. Like, she made me feel, I don't know, she's cool. She's cool, and she kind of like brings you into that vibration. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm kind of cool. Not, but she's good people. Yeah, definitely.
Chantal, what were you about to say?
My baby is. I'm gonna
go check your baby. And while you checking your baby,
she wants to cameo.
No, it's fine. And while you check your baby, I'm gonna check are there any children in the radius of my voice?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, go ahead and check the baby, girl. Go ahead. Okay. I'm gonna check a bitch that says I look older than 24. Listen, one rule in this game: you would never test the host. You never test the person who has the mic, because the person who has the mic is the bitch who is in charge. And the bitch who is in charge is offended that you would even step into my live chat and say that I look older than 24 when I'm turning 25 in a couple of days. And with that, we were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. You can hear the whistle singing. They seem to say, you won't be watching this chat no more. Go find another email if you want to come join us. I haven't done nothing petty all week. I had to. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to meet my petty quota for the week. I'm sorry. I had to make sure I still got it in me. Oh, look at the baby.
Sleepy baby. She's going to have some milk while we finish her
Can
chat.
I see her face?
She's all sleepy. I want to see her.
Can I see the baby? Oh, my God. Hi. Everyone say hi.
America's Next Top Baby.
America's Next Top Baby. Yes.
My baby girl.
Yeah.
Can you see my lower part?
No, you good, girl. No, I got you. Trust me, I got you. I got you. I'm watching the frame. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
We're almost done. Done. Because I have a 2 o'clock and that person is watching me to see if I'm going to get off to get to my 2 o'clock. I got you, David. St. John. Okay, so I asked about the ghost season in China. Was Heather really lost? I talked about the Great Wall. We talked about Celicia. I think the last biggest thing in regards to you is the runway. Now, I remember watching this as a child, and I remember that finale, and I honestly didn't know who was going to win, because I was like, I can see it. I can see Chantal winning, and I can see Celicia winning. I will say, when I saw you walk down that runway and the guy fell and you turned around in shock and horror, I was like,
done.
Yes. Yes. What?
Yeah, that was it.
Do you remember that moment?
It's like tattooed. It's like imprinted in my body. If I think back, I can still feel the sinking in my stomach. Like, what is that tugging on me? And then crash and being like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to act like nothing happened, but it's too late because I already reacted. And what was I really supposed to do? Like, do you just like walk straight no matter what? If there's like a bomb going off behind you, you just keep your face, you just keep going. Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. And that is not what I did. And it was mortifying. And I knew at that moment that was it for me. Salisha already was better. Like she was at Runway, like her walk, I was convinced and still am that she was just better. She was better.
So, like, you having experience in the modeling world after top model, what would you have done if that would have happened to you?
Look, if that happened like in the real world, I probably would have done the same thing, and it would have been a lot less consequential. You know, things happen. You saw, I think it was maybe 1 or 2 years ago, Candace Swanepoel fell at a Givenchy show, and what did she do? She responded. She was mad. She like slapped her hands down, and then she got up and she kept walking. Like, we're supposed to kind of be like these robots or something, but we're not. We're humans. This is a real experience. This is a production, and we're doing our best to create the feeling that the designer has asked us for, and we do what we can. And you know, if somebody falls someone on stilts falls on your dress, like that was crazy what happened. Dude, the guy fell. Like, it was like he was way up there. I don't know if he's okay. I don't even know. I couldn't even see. I just responded. I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to respond. Like, I hope he's okay. Did he just get up? Like, how come he didn't get eliminated?
Why didn't he go home?
He should have not stepped on my dress. Like, that was not cool.
Is there, like, any behind-the-scenes things about that moment that we did not see? Or was it as straightforward as that we saw?
Yeah, like, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I don't remember being like, oh, they didn't show this part or this aspect of it. Like, that was great TV. That's what they wanted to show. I'm like spraying milk. That was hilarious.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, it was like, that's how it went down. And I just remember being backstage and about to walk, and Mr. J being like, oh, Salisha is killing it. And I was just like, oh, I have to walk like 2 more times, and I know it's over. And I bombed. I blew it.
Thank you.
It was rough, but no. So that's what was going on internally. But I think they captured that. I was like, that's it. And that was probably the fastest deliberation in history. Like, by the time when they're like, okay, the judges are going to speak now and to make their decision, and they walk us off, and like we get to at that place, we had like a trailer, which was kind of glamorous to say now. We went, by the time we got back to our trailer, it was time to turn around, and they'd already decided. And before that, they were like, sometimes these things take hours for them to decide, but they knew right away. They knew already it was Salisha. So it was heartbreaking for me.
I'm sorry.
But like I said, it all worked out, and I'm very thankful for the way things worked out. And that was my original plan. Never to like bomb that was not my plan. But anyway, so funny. Life is funny. Like, what an experience.
So I will say this, the people who watch know I am always intrigued by like the weirdest visual things, and they just stay ingrained in my brain. There's 3 things I love about this fashion show. Well, there's 4 things I love. 1 thing I absolutely, 2 things I hated. I hated what Jasleen had on. I was like, why does she have on all of these feathers? Like, this is like she's Issa from that Disney movie with the llama. Like, what is this? Like, what is all of that? And then I guess I've watched it so many times and my eyes just wants to find new things. Twiggy had on those Chinese slippers that you get from the China. And I was like, why isn't Twiggy in heels? I mean, I guess so. But I wanted to take her toes and rip them away because I hated those slippers. I'm like, lady, you're in China. I mean, you're Twiggy. I'm like, you're Twiggy. So we give you an allowance. And Janice one time came from around the panel in Cycle 4 when she was dancing and she had on like these like little Chinese slippers. I was like, why you guys have these Chinese? This is America's Next Top Model. Take the slippers off.
That is so funny.
The things I loved, Celicia's walk.
Slay.
Celicia's walk. And when she was, I said, work. Tyra Banks walking in. When Tyra Banks walked in with that skin tight dress and her hair wrapped, and her eyes were smoky, smoldering. And then there's this shot where the camera is like it's tracking her through the I don't know what they were, like soldiers, I don't know, like the people that were standing right there. And that bitch named Tyra Giselle Naomi Banks looks to the right and the camera catches her eyes.
Yeah.
That is why she's Tyra Banks.
She's on another level.
That is why she's Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks knows how to capture a moment. Oh, look at the baby.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
That's how Banks knows how to capture a moment. And that, ooh. Okay, so a couple more questions. I'm gonna jump into the live Q&A, then I'm gonna let you go. So people want you to, what'd you say?
Okay, I didn't know there was a live Q&A. I thought this was it, but let's do it.
So people want to know about where you asked back for All Stars. I
don't believe I've ever been asked back for that. And I don't think I could go because I have 2 children.
Good. Argentina.antm wants to know, how was your experience with Vogue in El Mexico? And I'm assuming, I don't want to mispronounce it. It's LATAM. I don't want to mispronounce it. Do you remember?
LATAM. I don't know what that is, but my experiences with Vogue and Elle was like a dream come true. Even that was awesome. That was very good for me. Yeah, that's very cool. Thanks for the question.
What about your other post-top model career and jobs and what else? Like all the other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I have been working, I'm retired now. But I worked, after I left the show and it aired, and I got calls from LA, like that for representation. They wanted to sign me. So I went to check it out. I signed. The next day I was working, and it was nonstop for the entire time. I worked a ton. It was my life for many years, just like traveling around the world and doing all kinds of shows and catalogs and editorials and commercials and all kinds of things. And it was fantastic. I mean, I never got anything like super high profile like I thought I would. But I did get a lot of work, and it just goes to show how much work there is out here. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of work to go around. And so I made money, which was amazing. It was like I was self-sufficient. I like put money away for retirement, and I wasn't always very smart with my finances, but I got there towards the end, which I'm really grateful for. And yeah, I had a full career. Like, I'm very grateful for all the work I got. I don't know if I got a lot of work because of the show. I definitely did in other countries like Mexico and like New Zealand. They thought it was so beautiful. Great to have. I was like a celebrity there, Yes. So that was fun. But yeah, who knows how much it helped, or if sometimes it hindered, because there's like they didn't want the attachment because things
makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful for all the work that I had over the years, and sometimes I'll still take a job here and there. It's for fun, because I miss being in the makeup chair, and I miss like the energy of the set and all the creativity that's happening. It's really a beautiful process. So
a lot of people want to know, have you ran into Tyra Banks or any of the other judges since being on Top Model
I wish I would have seen Tyra, but I have seen Nigel a couple of times. He, you know, we both live in New York, and so I would see him around the meatpacking district and stuff. I think he lives around over there. And I think I saw him at a couple of events and stuff, and we chat briefly. Oh, I saw Mr. J once just walking. I was walking my dog, and he's like, in my neighborhood, and we're like, hey. And that was great to see him. And he is completely unchanged. Like, he looks exactly the same. He's so put together. Like, how do you guys do that? I don't know. I can't. But yeah, so those are who I've seen. I haven't seen Tyra. I've not seen Twiggy. I would love to see Twiggy. And I haven't seen Mrs. J. I wonder how she's doing.
Fabulous. Still walking.
Of
Still
course.
walking. Okay. My last question for you is, and while I'm asking this question, guys, for you guys, we got 3 badges. Let's keep it at 3 badges. So go ahead and load your questions into the live chat so I can ask them live. My last question to you is, if you were in front of Tyra Banks right now in 2021, what would you say?
Aw. Okay, I will not cry. But I would say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to get outside of my little town and like live a dream, for believing in me, for teaching me something that, you know, giving me this like little incubation period to kind of like break me in before I went into the big mean world that is the fashion industry. You know, I wouldn't have known at all what to do, and she gave me a stepping stone. And for that, I'm so grateful, and I have so much respect for her, and I just adore her. I think she's so mega, and I would love to chat with her about parenting. She should come on my podcast. It's called Tough as a Mother. I would love to talk with her, and I just want to say thank you. I've heard all kinds of things from around the years, and I just, nothing but love and gratitude. And also for you, Oliver, thank you so much for bringing this all up, you know, because this is something that I've always been looking forward, and I'm not much of looking back. I'm like focused on what's ahead of me, but this has given me such a great opportunity to kind of reflect and reminisce and really appreciate what an amazing experience it was. And all the people that care, that are still watching, and that like send me the sweetest messages. Like, thank you all so much, and I'm really grateful that I was able to, you know, shine some light, like to be a positive energy for anyone out there that I was. People say like that I was inspiring, so thank you. I'm so glad that I could do that, and I hope I can continue to shine and bring positivity to the world.
Well, that was so good.
Thank you, Tyra.
That was so good. Listen, I could have not ended that. And then the baby pops up. Oh my goodness. These are the things we live for.
Yes, it
What's
is.
the baby's name?
This is Edie Ray. Edie, yeah, short for Edith.
Oh, Edie. My real name is Eddie, so I like Edie.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can't do anything else after that. That was so cute. Chantal, listen, thank you so much for doing this with me. It means the freaking world.
Aww.
I enjoyed it, and I know everybody else who watched. We had like 200 people watching us talk about Top Model Cycle 9. And then I'm pretty sure the people on YouTube, when I post this later on tonight or tomorrow, y'all get it when y'all get it. We'll enjoy it as well. But
great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I will come back on if there's anything that we missed, and I just thank you so much for doing what you do. You're just keeping it alive, and people are really enjoying it, so keep up the good work.
Oh, you guys that are down here talking about some Q&A, I announced the Q&A, and I asked you guys while I asked this last question to load your questions. Let me get into it right fast. Okay, here's one. Chantal, you are my winner. You didn't bomb. If you didn't bomb the runway, what was the best outcome from the experience, either personal or professional?
Okay, on a personal level, the best outcome, this is not going to be very exciting for most people, but it was really like, it brought my family together in this beautiful way that we all like people that had beef and stuff, everybody squashed it and came together and we watched the show.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
beautiful.
yeah, like people that were like estranged, like my stepdad, he had like people, you know, he wasn't talking to his brother. And then everybody came together and it was so wonderful and just like it kind of brought a new energy to my family life. So that was really great. And I mean, it gave me so many opportunities. I have no idea what my life would be like if it weren't for the show. I don't know what I would have, when I would have got started. I'm sure I would have modeled, but I don't know. So I kind of think that the best outcome is my life today, right now. My family, my daughter, my son, my husband, you know, because all of that led me here. So, yeah, everything is the best outcome.
Yes. Well, listen, I'm not going to hold you because you have little Edie there that you have to get back to. And I need to get ready for my 2 o'clock because they're watching me. They're like, is this bitch going to be on time? Yes, I will be.
Okay,
yes, I will be.
Get it done.
Chantal, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Oliver. This was a pleasure.
Yes, yes. Until next time, pretty little lady.
Yes.
Mwah.
Thanks, everybody who watched. Bye.
Thank you, everybody who watched. This video will be posted on my YouTube channel, wherever the hell I feel like posting it. But no, I'm probably going to post it tonight, though. Like, y'all should see Cookie right now, posing right now. Just look at her. Look at what I got to go through. Look at her. Cookie, look at the camera. Look right here, mama. Say hi to the people. Look. Here's your 15 seconds. Take it. Take it. Yes. Yes. Smiles. I'm over this dog. Over the dog. Over the dog. Anyways, listen, I'm going to post this video probably tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. But you guys will get it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, supporting me. Thank you to everybody who participated in the Badge Live Q&A. I love the support, and it's greatly appreciated. I have reported for duty, and I have officially done the Lord's work. Until next time, guys, be sure to pray and Kegel. Ciao.
ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like